I have a challenge for you. Well, hey guys, what is up? It is so good to be back here with you guys today making another video. I hope you are having a great day wherever you are. And like I said, today I want to give you a challenge. And first, before we get into it, I want you to hear me on this. This is not from like a legalistic place of where if you can fulfill this challenge, you will have better standing from God, before God, or like this defines you as a Christian. This is just a fun thing to encourage you with that I think will really help you in your faith. But please know that I'm not like condemning you with this. If you want to do this, great. If not, then just click off the video and do something else. But today, if you're watching this in real time or anytime close to when this video comes out, we find ourselves in quarantine still for the coronavirus. And if you're like me, there is this temptation in this time to just kind of veg out, binge Netflix, scroll through Instagram, scroll through TikTok if you're into that, and just scroll the day away. And that's really easy. Or to just binge the news and read article after article and just keep going, and because it draws you in. And so I want to challenge you with this idea today, and I'm going to give you this challenge at 3 different levels so you can kind of just wade in, like get your feet wet, go in the shallow end, or really go in the deep end with this. And it's up to you. You pick, choose, do one of them, do none of them, up to you. But it has to do with our screen time versus our quiet time. And if you didn't grow up in like evangelical circles, you might be like, what's quiet time? Quiet time is just a word we often use to describe the time that we spend intentionally with God, doing the things that will help us grow in our faith, most commonly with our Bible study, prayer, things like that. So that is quiet time if you're not familiar with it. But the first level of this challenge is to spend more time in your quiet time than you do in reading or watching the news. I know for many of us right now, watching the news can be kind of intoxicating, and it draws you in because there's so much going on in the world and there's so much uncertainty. But what the news can really do to you, especially in times like this, is it produces anxiety. You know, the church used to talk about catechisms or catechizing, and I know that's like a weird word. What is catechism? But it was really just the way that the church used to teach and the way that we would learn things. It would be through question and answer. But what I want to encourage you to think about is the paradigm of the fact that the news is actually like catechizing you. It is teaching you. You are learning from it, and it is shaping you. And so when you spend all this time reading news and you're just taking in anxiety and you're just going through this and reading and reading and reading, and that begins to shape your view of the world, you're being catechized by the news. But what we want to be catechized by is by the Word of God, and through our spiritual disciplines and through our quiet time. So level 1 of this challenge is to simply spend more time in your quiet time than you do watching the news. I think this is going to be really healthy for you, really helpful as well, and will just lead to more peace. This has been something I've been working on from the very beginning of this whole crazy pandemic, and it has helped me so much. Level 2 of this challenge for you is to spend more time in your quiet time than you do on social media and the news. And so that ups it a little bit. Like that's a little more difficult because some of us spend a lot of time on social media. And when we don't have as much to do and we're sitting at home bored, it's really easy to spend even more time on it. Like, I mean, let's be honest, TikTok is hilarious. Instagram is visually pleasing. Facebook, but anyway, it is so easy to keep scrolling and scrolling the day away. But again, that begins to catechize us. That begins to shape us and form us. And we want to be careful about our inputs because they will determine our outputs. We are not computers, but we do have some of that paradigm of what we take in determines what we put out. And so we want to be really careful and guard our hearts and our minds and fix our minds on Jesus rather than things that aren't going to ultimately be helpful for us. I'm not anti-social media. I'm not anti-technology. But again, I want us to think critically about this. How do we weigh the two? Can we spend more time before God? And I don't want to dichotomize these so much that the only time we're spending with God is when we have an open Bible. That's not true. But we do want to be intentional, and we do recognize that there are times that are more spiritually beneficial and activities that are more spiritually beneficial to us than others. So here again, it's just a challenge. But can you spend more time in your quiet time than you do on social media and the news? Again, this is something I've been putting in my life. It's been super helpful. And that is ultimately what I want my life to be shaped by. And I think that's true for you too if you watch these videos. So why not give it a try? And then the third level is kind of, you can create your own a little bit with this, but to spend more time in your quiet time than you do with screen time in general. Again, most of your phones probably have a way of tracking this, or you can download an app to track your screen time, or you can just do it the old-fashioned way. But can you, with all of your screen time, have that be less than your quiet time? And most of this for you is going to involve decreasing your screen time, because chances are you're probably not going to read the Bible for 8 hours, but if you do, that would be fantastic. However you want to do this is up to you. But again, can we decrease our screen time? And I know some of you are doing school online right now, you're doing work online. Look, this is not like the end all be all. You can make exceptions for those things. I'm not like checking in on you. There aren't steadfast rules. There's no cheating in this. But whatever makes sense for you. I know, for instance, I am doing class online and I work online. So naturally that has to get done, but I'm talking about the things that are kind of mindless and are just scrolling and we're just watching YouTube videos or binging Netflix. That's a high bar, and that might not be attainable for you at the beginning, but again, there's different levels. So let's try this. Let's work into this and just see. And maybe you do it for a week, maybe you do it for a month, maybe you do it for a day, maybe you don't do it at all. It's up to you, but I want to challenge you to at least try it, because I think it will reap great benefits in your life and you'll be really glad that you did it. So give it a try and let me know how it goes. I can't wait to hear about it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Truly, that means so much to me. And I hope this content is spiritually nourishing and beneficial for you, like we talked about, that this is something that is building and growing your faith. That means so much to me, and it's amazing to me, it's humbling to me to hear from you guys that are just telling me that this stuff is really helping you in your walk with God. That is what this is all about for me. And so to know that that's happening for even a few of you means the world to me. And I want to thank you guys so much who are sharing this content with your friends, who are interacting with it, who are subscribing to this channel and really part of this community. If you're new here, Gospel Simplicity, this channel is a place where we're passionate about the beautiful simplicity and transformative power of the gospel, which is the good news about Jesus, which is the best news the world has ever heard, hands down. And so if that is something that interests you and you want to be a part of this channel where we talk about life, Jesus, and the journey of faith in a real, honest, and open way, then I'd encourage you to click subscribe to become a part of this community, this family of people who are out to live the life that Jesus created us to live and grow in our faith and walk out our faith in our everyday lives. I'd love to have you as a part of this journey. But anyway, guys, until next time, be sure to be on the lookout for more videos. And as always, most importantly, go out and love God and love others, because truly, above all else, that will change the world. Peace. Love you guys so much. See you next time.